Hey guys, in today's lesson video, I'm going to talk about how I could generate a lot of speed and a lot of power at the right time, right towards the golf ball with a very easy golf swing, within like an effortless golf swing. So what I want to get at is that I just recently saw a video of Tom Brady, the best quarterback of all time, talk about how he likes to throw a football. So let's go watch that video and we'll get back into this lesson.
Tight spiral.
The key to me is, first of all, you got to have very light grip pressure on the football. I learned over a period of time that I had to be really efficient with my mechanics. I had to have all my energy going right toward the target with a very relaxed posture. And then it's a really smooth, efficient throwing motion.
And then how are you actually imparting the spin to the ball?
So you're really popping your wrist at the end. So I can even go really slow and just pop my wrist at the end. And even that little bit of wrist pop will create a little snap on the ball as it releases from my fingertips.
So when I watched this video, I was very surprised on how many similarities, or all the similarities that Tom Brady was talking about that I teach in my actual golf swing and just my philosophy in general. So let's talk about the first thing that he talked about, which was grip pressure. I would also agree for the golf swing that our grip pressure has to be very light and our forearms and our wrist has to be very, very relaxed so we could get the golf club to move from the right side of our body to the left side of our body for a right-handed golfer. To create an effortless release motion, we have to be very, very relaxed. If I have my grip pressure very tight, it's very hard for the club to accelerate past my hands and past my body, which does not equal club head speed. So the first thing I want you guys to do is always make sure that in your grip, to grip the golf club and get the grip pressure in a very soft spot while still be able to create angles, is to always make sure that our grip, we're gripping the golf club in our fingers and not our palms. So make sure that the grip is always from this line that starts with our pinky line right here to our index finger line that goes right here. This is where I should grab the golf club, in our fingers, in both hands. That will allow me to have a very light grip pressure, and it could also allow me to set the golf club up to the top of my backswing. So we want to have very light grip pressure, so make sure that we're gripping the golf club in our fingers and not in our palms. And from this position, always make sure to do this one drill if you ever get lost and if you ever get into a very, very tight position with your grip. I'm always going to go back to this drill, is my thumb and my pointer finger on my trail hand is going to come off of the grip. So I'm going to grip the golf club in my trail hand just like this right here. And from this position, you'll be amazed how just this alone, if you just make some couple of like L-tail golf swings right here, you'll be amazed how much more you can feel the weight of the club head and how strong these two fingers are trying to take over the golf club. If you're very, very dominant and come like over the top, you'll feel with these two fingers off of the grip, the golf club will even possibly fall down more into the slot and be in more of a shallow position. These two fingers are pushing the golf club forward a little bit too early sometimes. And if you really want to feel that light grip pressure, grip the golf club in your fingers, and with this grip right here, try to hit a couple balls right here. It doesn't have to be hard shots. Just let the club head go towards the other side of your body. That's the first step. Your grip pressure has to be in the right position. So one more time, grip the golf club in your fingers, get these two fingers off of the grip, and just get into a slow, gradual motion and send the club head forward towards the target. The next thing with Tom Brady talked about was he wanted to get all of his mass and his weight and his body towards the target. And I would also agree. But the one thing that I would try to do is that in the golf swing, I would try to get my weight forward, and I wouldn't try to open up from the start because that's going to cause an over the top motion. So what I would try to do is that from the face on golf swing, just like Tom Brady said, I want to get a lot of my weight into my lead side towards the target. So for a right-handed golfer right here, my target is in this direction. So before I hit the golf ball, before I swing towards the target, before I throw towards the target, I want my weight to get into my lead side. I want my weight to get into my lead side. So what that's going to feel like is that if I go to the top of my backswing, notice how my right hip is behind my left hip. I want to keep my right hip behind my left hip and push towards the target. Push towards the target right here. And then I could kick back and away, and I could swing the golf club towards the target. So from the face on golf swing, it's not rotating my hips from the start, it's not rotating my body from the start, it's actually shifting my weight into my lead side. Keep my right hip behind my left hip and get all my pressure into my lead side. Then from this position, now I could kick away from the golf ball, and that's going to create space for my arms, hands, and the golf club to be thrown towards the target. So we want to go to top of your backswing, shift your weight into your lead side, and that's going to help you throw the golf club towards the target. And the last thing Tom Brady talked about was, even if the golf swing or even if the throwing motion is very slow, at the last minute, if you just add a little bit of snap with your wrist, we could get the golf ball, or we could get the football in his case, to actually have a lot of speed towards the target. So what you want to realize is that even in the golf swing, I always talk about if you're fast from the start, you're actually kind of wasting a lot of energy. So in transition, we just want to get into a good position. So towards the golf ball, we just have to let out all the angles, and I guarantee you we're going to hit the golf ball a lot farther, and our club head speed is going to be a lot faster, because what happens is that from the top of our backswing position right here, if you go slow right here and then just save these angles, and then if we just let everything out with even a slow golf swing, we're still going to have a lot of club head speed. But the most important part is that we're going to have club head speed towards the golf ball in this area right here. Club head speed from the start or after impact, this really doesn't matter. So take a slow approach in transition, get your weight to go into your lead side, and just add some snap at the bottom, and I guarantee you our total distance will be there, around 188 yards with this little 7-iron right here. And I'm just not killing the golf ball from the start. I'm just saving my energy, shift my weight, lower my arms, very slow, and at the end, just add a little bit of snap. That's all you have to focus on. And when you add the snap, what I'm trying to do is that all the angles I created to the top of my backswing, so like my right arm folds, my wrist hinge and cocks, all these angles that I created, I'm just letting it out. I'm not letting it out from the start. I'm just letting it out after I shift my weight forward. I'm just letting it out towards the ball. And I think we'll be in a much better position. So grip pressure has to be very light. Our weight has to be shifting towards our target, which is in this direction. And doesn't have to be fast from the start, doesn't have to be hard. With the slow transition move just at the end, if we just add a little bit of snap, we'll get the golf ball to come off hot out of the face. So just try to get these couple things into your system. I think we'll be in a much better position. So hopefully you guys like the lesson video. And if you guys like the lesson video, please like and subscribe to help my channel grow. And for in-person or online lessons, I'll leave all the information in the description below. Thanks guys.